Okay, here's 2 tips to help you hopefully not strip your servo on your barrage. The first tip I have is actually real simple. As you can see, the controller setting is just below 5. At factory, it was at 5. And when I got it, I set it to 10 in the beginning, realized that was just way too high. Dropped it down to a 7 and drove on it for 3 weeks at 7. And then slid down some rocks while turning and then heard the servo click. About 3 times. My truck just stripped. And to show you where it's set at, that this truck has the full turn. My steering's still a little off. I accidentally bumped it earlier today. But basically, as you can see, was just fine-tuning the steering a little there. But as you can see, with it set just below 5, it has the maximum steer. So any higher than that, all you're doing is already maxing your steer and just trying to turn through your gears. The next thing that I found was a problem was after I stripped it, and it took 3 weeks, by the way, for that to strip, if I didn't mention that. And it was this gear right here that stripped. So thankfully, I was able to take the whole thing apart, pull that out, and there was a little tooth sticking up on this side that I had to use the Dremel to make it flat like the rest of the gear. Just turned it, stuck it back in, and realized there's absolutely no grease in this thing. There's 2 little drops just above the motor, which was absolutely nowhere near any of the gears. So there's no oil in this thing. So that is the second tip. If you're comfortable enough with it, take your servo apart and put just a little bit of grease. It does not take a lot. If you put too much, you'll have the exact same problem of you'll have too much grease and your gears will just spin over each other and you'll get no turning. Now, if you're not comfortable with it, go to your hobby store and ask them. They will more than likely be able to do that, and it'll just cost money, and it might take some time before they can get to you. And when it first came out, to turn this steering was incredibly hard. I would have to grab the tire and muscle it, where now, that's how smooth it is. I haven't had trouble with it yet since I've done that, but I've also only been driving on this for about a week and a half after I stripped it. Hopefully it does not strip again and it lives the life of the truck. And hopefully if you've got a barrage and you've just heard about it and you've looked up the video and you found this, you do those 2 things and hopefully yours will never strip. Alright, I hope this helped you guys out a lot. And if it didn't, please leave a comment if you stripped after doing those 2 things. Thank you.